Step by step, day by day, you are going to make him obsessed with you. Monday, be like really obsessed with him. Be really interested in him. Tuesday, go ghost. You're completely busy. Wednesday, only answer at night. Then when Thursday comes, message him in the morning, give him a little gift and say, oh, just thinking about you. And then don't answer him all day. Friday, text him back really quick all day long. Saturday, be completely silent and then post a thirst trap. Leave him on red on Sunday. And then go and like an old photo. Then nag him a little bit and be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you know that. Or, man, I didn't think you'd be funny.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
You have him in so many disgusting ways that are unacceptable as someone that called themselves a partner.
But I'm not the only one with debt in this relationship here.
It's not about debt, it's how you did it. Where the are his balls? And what is wrong?
I just don't like you talking about my fiance.
You have no money. You guys broke up over finances, well engaged, and he let you get a brand new Ford Bronco because you cried for 40 minutes like manipulative. So he's a... Why would you even manipulate him into this?
I got the car in January of 2023.
You qualified for this debt.
No, he co-signed.
Did he want to?
No. I definitely convinced him to co-sign with me.
You...
Man, the amount of manipulation in this girl's fingertips is really deadly. Basically, she manipulated a guy into co-signing on this new ride. And she's so cool with it. She's so... Well, she won. She won this one. She won this round. Right? I can't blame her. You have a ton of weak men out there that tolerate bullshit like this. And because you tolerate bad behavior as a man, a lot of these ladies are not going to change for the better. Because you keep enabling such bad behavior means that they keep pushing your boundaries till they make you crash and burn as a guy. So man, you need to understand when to cut it quits, when to cut it start. You don't co-sign for bullshit like this. She isn't your wife. If she doesn't have enough credit score to get what she wants, then bro, it isn't your responsibility. And here she is looking smug, smirking, knowing that yes, she got one up on this man. And yes, I said, I ain't gonna blame her. I'm gonna blame the weak man that enabled her to play him like this. Okay, now he has an additional responsibility that he has to settle for. I hope he's happy.
5. Every day that goes by, I'm realizing that a lot of y'all age don't match your maturity. Your discretion is advised.
5 men watched me struggle on an airplane I just got off of while they just stared at me while I was struggling to get my back down. Now, I am an independent woman.
I am an independent woman. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? There's nothing wrong with being an independent woman, but it comes off as being ugly, weird. When you say 5 guys watched you struggle, and yada yada yada, then you now go with the next line. I am an independent woman. Do you understand those two shouldn't be mixing like that? You see, when you have such personality traits, some guys can sense that bullshit and not want to approach you in the first place. They're going to respect your independence so that you don't accuse them for looking down at you as a woman, right? So yeah, they're respecting your space, which isn't really a bad thing. But then again, a lot of shit about this story just doesn't sound right. But let's go on.
But I think it's messed up. Like, literally watching me struggle. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Because I think it's pretty messed up.
I think you're doing it for the girls online. Because men bashing is a huge engagement-driving kind of content. Yes, when you bash men, a ton of girls flock to your feed and they gobble it up, and then they make you feel happy by engaging you, by validating your probably made-up experience and things like this. But that is what we see today. Men bashing is a new way to go viral on the internet. Are you surprised? A ton of traumatized women out there are looking for something or for some reason or for an excuse to dump their trauma on. And sadly enough, it is the man.
Let me know.
She lying. I want you to know that. I can tell. She lying. Based on the video alone, she didn't even have a carry-on suitcase. She had 2 shoulder bags. Those are not difficult to get out of the bins. She literally is cap. And not only that, one hand was free, so I know she didn't have a suitcase, and the other hand was holding the phone. Why do y'all do this? And it's sad to see that even at her age, y'all still fishing for content. And I know it's trendy to hate men. I know it's trendy to say how horrible men are. But this stuff is becoming so pitiful and so easy to notice now. Like, come on, bro. And then to add insult to injury, you had to include that you are an independent woman. Do you understand the definition of independency? Because I don't think a lot of y'all do. Y'all so independent until y'all need help. And when the help doesn't come, everybody else is wrong for not helping you. Because everybody else is supposed to drop whatever they're doing, go and help Miss Independent.
And accountability is the kryptonite.
I am truly tired of you voluntary victims getting online and making up these bullshit stories because we all know it's a lie. Y'all get on here and lie and cap just to get validation from social media and other women, doing your absolute best to paint a certain picture of men that you know is not true. And it's all because you didn't get what you wanted out of dating. It's all because you didn't get the marriage, the kids, and the lovely life with the wonderful husband. That's a you problem. And like I said, it's sad to see even at her age, they're still doing and practicing the same stupid shit. You dislike men so much, but you always want their help. You always want to talk about them. You always want to interact with them. It makes no fucking sense.
And more importantly, they always want to talk about men, which is weird. You want to decenter men. You're independent. You don't want to have anything to do with men, but somehow they're always the center of your story. They're always the centerpiece of your story. Am I surprised? No.
You are not obligated to deal with men. If they don't help you with your goddamn bag, you should be elated. But of course not. Because most of y'all, if not all of y'all, are fucking cap when y'all say y'all didn't want a man. Y'all didn't want a family. Y'all didn't want to be married. You're cap. You just couldn't obtain it. Accept that. But even with everything that I just said, I know she ain't listen to shit that I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy.
How can a man walk away from a child that he's been raising for 3, 5, 10, 15 years simply because the DNA test shows that he's not the biological father? Hear me out here. I'm not being insensitive. I know that his world has just been turned upside down. I know he feels betrayed. He's devastated. I empathize. I sympathize with his predicament. However, how is one able to walk away from a child that one has bonded with, loved, nurtured, poured blood and sweat into, simply because the DNA test shows that you're not the biological father? I understand getting rid of the wife or the girlfriend. The word I actually want to use starts with a W and rhymes with sure. Get rid of the W. But the children or the child, the innocent child, it is flummoxing to me. Now, I'm not a man and I do not know how this impacts men. I also know that there's deep shame. But where I'm in that predicament, of course I would be devastated. I'd be hurt and betrayed. But then I'd let the children know or the child know. You may not be my biological child, but you're still my child. I love you. You're my child in my heart. I've bonded with you. I've raised you. Nothing changes.
No, everything changes. What do you mean simply because the DNA test said that it's not your child? Do you know the level of betrayal that is for a man to have spent resources, time, effort, energy? Women will never understand that. They could never understand the possibility of a person divesting themselves from another human being. People do it every day, though. Women bond with men on a regular basis, say I do, and then over 80% of the time they decide that they want to file for divorce. In the same way that in an instant, a woman can say that, you know what, I no longer love you, and now I want to, whose child is not his child. Get the hell out of here, bro. I can't even believe we're having this conversation.
You see, the truth is this. You have to factor in that this woman betrayed him. She lied to him, and then she disrespected him. Yes, the man that you claim to love. You did all these and more. You made a man emotionally invest in your scam. You made him invest resources, long-term resources in your scam. And of course, you made this man believe that something that wasn't his was actually his. Something that is supposed to be meaningful. The thing is this, a lot of women understand what it means for a man to have a legacy. A lot of women understand this. It's so weird when you see women trying to act dumb in this kind of situation. Oh, they don't know how important such a thing as having a child, a man having his own child, is to him. It's women asking questions like, why would you walk away? Just because the DNA wasn't the same? Well, you betrayed me, you disrespected me, you lied to me. You carried someone else's seed full term. You did all that in my own house. What else do you want me to do? Because men that allow these things to walk after they found out usually end up suffering for it. What happens if this woman decides to just disappear from your life? The child isn't yours. So you don't have any claim to that child despite all your emotional, physical, resource, financial investment in the life of this child. You have nothing. After spending so many years with this woman, and she has maybe 1 or 2 kids that aren't yours, And then she decides to just what? Because of her feelings or emotions, walks away from that relationship. Bro, you have nothing. You end up with nothing. Yeah, a guy protecting his own peace by walking away in this situation is understandable. It is valid and should be respected.
I just finished my first full week at a 9-to-5 job, and I'm gonna crash out because this can't be the rest of my life. I'm just like not ready. Like I barely lived. I feel like my life is over. I feel like my life is over. Like I feel like no days off. No days off. PTO. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? There's a limit. There's a limit to how many days off I get. What are you talking about? Stop. And I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person. The nighttime is my time to relax, but I can't even have the nighttime to myself because I will literally be dead in the morning. Like I have to like cosplay this put together girl. It's not me. I've never been her and I never wanted to be her. Why am I being forced to be her?
Because you're an adult. Yes, you're an adult. Welcome to adulthood. In the adulthood, you have responsibilities. There is no room for softies. Well, as a lady, you have options, right? Because you can either choose to work your ass off and be that and maybe if you do that, you can become that independent boss babe, right? You work your way up to the top of your career path, and then you get to be that baddie, that queen bee, that boss babe that a lot of ladies are looking for these days. Or you can choose to go for the soft life. You can choose to abandon the whole career path and probably go into having a relationship, settling down with a guy, becoming a housewife, and living a soft life, and all that. You have options, right? But unfortunately, guys do not have that option. Yeah. That's a crazy double standard in relationships. Women have that option. You can choose a career path or the housewife path, or you can combine the two. You have all those options. But for guys, because of the way society is built and conditioning, you don't have that option. You have to work your ass off. You have to take up your responsibilities, dust your hat, and be the man of the house, right? But that is just life. Welcome to adulthood, girl.
Who goes to bed at 8 p.m.?
An adult.
Who? What 20-year-old do you know that goes to bed at 8 p.m., bro? But if I don't, I will literally be a zombie in the morning. I can't anymore. I can't. It's only been 1 week. The lady next to me, she's been there for 16 years.
Oh. The time flies when you start work.
I'm not in the fucking mood. Leave me alone, please. And I had to get a frappuccino just to feel something. Like, I feel like I'm being bonded by chains. I bet prison is more freeing than this shit. How the hell do people fall in love and get married and have kids and do this shit? Why? Why would you do it to yourself? Why? I'm done. Now I get midlife crises. Now I get it.
Like I said, she was asking the question, how do people fall in love, have kids, and do all this shit? The truth is that you really don't if you don't want to. But then again, yes, with inflation, capitalism, and of course, you have a situation whereby today a 2-income household is really better than just the guy providing. Yeah, well, maybe the girls kind of do have to these days. But then again, girls usually have the option of contributing much more less in a relationship than the guys. If you want to go that route of becoming a stay-at-home housewife, take care of the kids, that is also very, very important, right? It's very important. You can choose to go that route, or you can choose to keep busting your ass like any normal adult out there, do your 9 to 5, go home, chill, wake up the next day, and just keep grinding. That is just part of life. It might not be all fun, but responsibilities will knock at your door once you become an adult. Just take that.
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharp shit, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharp stitch, like the girl said something about, I want your black baby, right? I've had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about, and I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience, but I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a king. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of, I don't know.
We know what you're saying.
I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
I can see this happening. But I think it goes both ways. Yeah, it goes both ways. Whereby you have a lot of white girls who fantasize or have a black guy fetish. That does happen. And of course, you have a lot of black guys who also have this, who also fantasize about white women and have that white woman fetish. Yes, I think it goes both ways in this situation. And, well, that's a crazy thing. But does it happen? Yes, I believe it does. With the whole Shannon Sharp scandal, well, we get to see more and more of this, hopefully these days. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But then, do not forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button because, guys, we're going to keep coming at you with more wildness from the internet.